On my high school team, we had 5 guys make the NBA.
We had the county rocking.
It's the mecca of basketball.
There are those who come before us, upon whose shoulders we stand.
It's nothing that you can do to stop a competitive edge.
It's just in the water.
Yeah. Let's jump to your college career. You were one and done at Oklahoma, moved a lot of heads, turned a lot of eyes, dubbed as the possible next Steph Curry, but you're looking at yourself as obviously Trae Young. Talk to us about your one and done experience, because even today, which we'll get to, that landscape of college basketball is starting to change. But how fun, or what was your college experience like for you?
I had a great college experience. It was fun. I got to stay home. It came down to the 2 blue bloods, Kentucky, Kansas, and Oklahoma. I decided to stay home, play in front of my friends, my family, to be able to have them come to all my games. It was great. And it was fun. Kind of hectic. It was a hectic year. It was Baker Mayfield's last year in college, so he was obviously the man on campus that first half, and then that second half, it was basketball season, and it was kind of...
It was Trae's time.
It was 2 different worlds. It was fun. It was a great experience, and I was blessed to be able to stay home and play in Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah, see, we have 2 different kind of outlooks on this, because I was talking to some people earlier today, because obviously Draylon Green announced that he's going to forego college and go right to the G League. So they said he's going to make up towards a $500K plus, get a scholarship for $125,000 to go to college that he wants to go further his education, and then also outside NBA, what I think is NBA training outside of the G League. So it's almost like college. Jack and I were talking this before. They should have been on this shit earlier. They should have been playing players for what they're worth, because now with this move that this young boy made, this could possibly forever change the landscape of how kids look at college. Kids are going to, they finally found a way to jump. You're trying to tell me I can get paid $500,000, possibly get a shoe deal. They're going to pay for my school at a later time, and they're going to pay for my training. What kid is not going to take that? And I think that's the NCAA's fault, because they've been bullshitting and dragging their feet for so long.
No, I mean, to be honest, Matt, I agree with, everything you said. I think it's all about the change. And it sucks for me, because I know how much college basketball did for me, and how much of that stage and playing on ESPN every day, putting on a show every game, how much that did for me and my draft status and going top 5. And I know how much it helped me, but I also see why a kid like, Jalen, and many more kids, LaMelo Ball, how many more kids are about to start doing this, going straight to the G League, or taking the overseas route rather than going to NCAA and sitting out a year. Basically missing out on money, especially with that likeness, and they're going to be bringing that school so much money, and not getting anything back from it. I see how this is going to change.
Yeah. See, that's interesting, because like I said, I was talking about this earlier. I have a UCLA group chat with guys that I went to college with, nearly, 15, 20 years ago, and we were talking about how fun college was. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was kind of like our chance to kind of be adults, but not necessarily have adult responsibilities. And outside of having kids, it was, some of the funnest times of my life. So kids won't get to experience that from a standpoint, but today the game is more about the business. It's the business of basketball. Back then it was just pure college, although guys were getting paid. We were still doing our thing, but it was the pureness of it. Now it's about question. If you had this opportunity now, if you were coming, the top high school player, would you have still gone to Oklahoma for a year, or would you have taken possibly another money route?
It was a different situation for me. I was in that kind of middle tier pack. I was a McDonald's All-American, but they had me 4th, 5th at my position, had me going into school 3, maybe 4 years. And for me, it's just the people that it's hard to really base what I would have done. I think I needed college just to really show people. I needed to show people that with that platform that the college basketball brings. I think for me, that's what helped me become a top 5 pick. And so for me, in my situation, it was totally different. So, but I can see why a guy like Michael Porter would have sat out, a year and went straight to the G League and got more help on his back or whatever, just to sit out. I don't know. It's just, for me, it was just a different situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely think, I mean, like I said, you took the world by storm and raised to a lottery pick, you know what I mean? So I completely get, you know, your decision and your choice, and obviously you made the right one. Let's move to, go ahead, Jack. Let's move a little bit forward, though, closer to the draft.
Draft night. What was that moment like?
Yeah, draft night was crazy. It was exciting. Obviously, it was a dream come true. I always envisioned myself and dreamed of walking across that stage and getting that jersey from the commissioner. It was a great night. Was blessed enough to have my family all there. I had a lot of family in the stands too, so it was a great night, and it was fun.
You were swapped for Luka. You know what I'm saying? And arguably the best two draft picks in that draft. What was your thoughts? I mean, even looking at it now, you know, and see how both of y'all have developed in the league and both became stars. Like, go back to that night, then come back to present day. And was your thoughts the same, or do you look at that situation different now?
Yeah, so I mean, on draft night, you don't really focus on, I mean, the trade as much. I mean, just because you're so excited. I was the 5th pick. I was excited. I knew I got traded before I got drafted. So when the 4th pick happened, my agent tapped me on the shoulder and told me I was about to get selected to go to Atlanta. And so I got.
Did you have any idea about that? Did you have any idea where you were going?
No. I had no idea I was going to Atlanta, to be honest with you, throughout the whole day. I guess my agent knew, my dad knew, but they didn't want to tell me. They wanted me just to experience the whole draft night and keep it between them. So they kind of knew I was going to Atlanta all day. But whenever it happened. And then weeks go by. I'm starting to hear about this trade even more and more. And then obviously our rookie years happen, and that's all I hear about. And that's all we talk about. So it's gotten asked about it a lot.
Do you guys have a close friendship? You and Luka?
Yeah. So we talk every now and then. We talk frequently, for sure.
How do you describe his game?
Very smooth. He could score from all 3 levels, can pass it. Just super smart. He's just a super smart player, and it's I think him playing overseas, playing against grown men. I mean, his whole life. I think that really prepared him to come over and make an immediate impact in the NBA. I mean, at such a young age too. So it's good to see. He's a super smart player.
You started getting compared to Steph Curry, you know, once you kind of made the scene. And that's a tough person to be compared to. But to me, you've handled it well. You've done your thing. You've obviously created your own lane for yourself. Like I said earlier, like, people compared you to Steph, but you know you're Trae. You don't need to be compared to no one else. You do your own thing. You recently went on Shaq's podcast. You feel like in the next year, you can take over that #1 slot from Steph. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. Everybody's talking to me about that. So Shaq,
you're supposed to say that.
Y'all know Shaq. Well, I mean, y'all know Shaq. I answered it. I mean, I gave a lot of respect to Steph, which I have a lot of respect for Steph. He's done, I mean, so much. I mean, MVPs. I think if it wasn't for Steph, there wouldn't be maybe, a Trae Young. I mean, Steph is the first to do what he's doing. And so
the babyface killer.
I got a lot of love for Steph and everything he's done. But for me, I'm very confident. Shaq was trying to get that out of me. He knows how confident I am in myself and my work and what I put in. So, that's what it is.
I love that. Who are some other players that you studied growing up? You know, obviously Steph is someone that who a lot of kids look up to. But are there any other guys you looked up to or tried to pattern your game after as you were working and developing your own skills?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Steph is one, but Steve Nash was the main guy. Steve Nash is one of my favorite players. He's someone who I watched a lot of film off of. Chris Paul. I mean, a lot of guys. Chauncey Billups. That's why it was fun playing against him in the horse, because he was one of my role models, my idols growing up too. So it was those few guys are my main guys that I watched growing up.
That's what's up.
Dope. That's dope.
There's something about how this place forms a different kind of person.
On my high school team, we had 5 guys make the NBA.
We had the county rocking.
You mentioned Prince George's County. People know what it's about. It's the mecca of basketball.
There are those who come before us upon whose shoulders we stand.
Being from this area, you have to have tough skin.
The gym became his sanctuary.
PG County guys provide buckets for America.
Prince George packs a lot of power, a lot of character.
It's nothing that you can do to stop that competitive edge.
We're pushing the community and the culture forward. It's just in the water.
This life was all I ever wanted.
I'm not leaving. Not yet.
I was hoping you'd say that.
We gotta hit the streets, make some money.
People like us must destroy people like him. Buckle up.
Get Showtime free at Showtime.com.